Hey everyone. In this video I want to talk about how when you're not happy with your life, you must be willing to make changes. The only thing that will ever truly change your life is you. Sure, you can have external things happen to you or people set up opportunities for you, but at the end of the day, you're still the one who decides where you end up in life. You make decisions that will basically determine your direction. So when you're not feeling great, when you're not happy with the way things are, only you can change that. I know that at those moments it can feel like the world is conspiring against you and that all these bad things just keep happening, or you may even feel like you don't have the energy to make things better for you. But you must take action regardless. I mean, I can't tell you how often I feel like I don't have energy to do things that I know I need to do, especially right now. I mean, if you guys have been following me recently, you know that I haven't been in the best of places recently, and that's still pretty much the case. But I know that I have to make decisions to pull myself out of here. Nobody's going to save me. I know that. The same thing goes for you. Nobody will save you. So if your life isn't the way that you want it to be right now, you are the one responsible for changing your direction. So have the courage to do that. Have the courage to make those tough decisions, even those really difficult ones that feel overwhelming at first. You should be strong enough to do the things that will make you happier and live a more fulfilling life. I mean, you only get one shot at this. Really, one shot. That's all we know. We have this one life to live. And that's why I would say if you're in a really bad place, never feel like taking your life or committing self-harm is an answer, because especially in the cases where it's caused by things external to you, you can always change your circumstances in your environment. But if you hurt yourself, you can't really come back from that if you take it to drastic length or if you do drastic things. But if you don't like your job, if you don't like the place you live, then move somewhere else. Quit your job. Don't do anything that puts you in harm's way when you can make decisions to change where you're at. If you're feeling incredibly down, like you don't belong where you are, move to a different country and see if that changes things. I mean, seriously, just try anything before you ever consider hurting yourself. Because when I feel really down, I mean, I can tell you, committing self-harm is like the last thing I think of. I'll often, if I get like really like pissed off or just depressed because of a job, I'll immediately start thinking I need to quit this fucking job even before I have anything lined up. That's the extent that I'll take it. I'll be like, I'll have nothing lined up. I won't know how the hell I'll pay rent 4 months from now because it's about how long my income will go. But if it gets really bad, I'm just going to quit my job with nothing lined up. That's what I do far before thinking of driving off a cliff or something like that. So it's very important that you start thinking in that way, that you can make decisions to change where you're at. Just never make any rash decisions about your own health or safety because you're not feeling great. Like, you should love and respect yourself enough to not do that, especially because you only have this one shot at this life. So never do anything that drastic over temporary emotions, because whenever you're feeling bad like that, whenever things aren't the way that you desire them to be, that's temporary. Things will change. Just like you didn't stay 5 your entire life, you started growing older and older, you're not going to stay unhappy your whole life either. So don't make permanent decisions off of temporary emotions like that. Now, I'm making this video because, like I said, I haven't been feeling all that great. And lately, well, actually this morning, things were getting really bad. It was actually, I mean, putting this out on video could get me in trouble because there are a few people I work with who I occasionally watch these videos, but fuck it, I'll be honest anyway, and who cares? But it's my job, and my job has not been great. And the things I said earlier about thinking about quitting before I have anything lined up are legit. I'm literally at that place, and this morning was just not great and led to a lot of soul searching. And I wanted to make this video to help any of you in case you are in that same place, or you've ever been in that same place, or potentially you're going to end up there in the future. And I want you to be prepared for it, because there just always so many things you can do in those situations. Like whenever you feel that bad, just try to still focus on the fact that you have autonomy here. You can make decisions to get yourself to somewhere else. Whether that means physically moving somewhere else or that sort of thing. I mean, that's something I've even considered. I really don't like living in Los Angeles anymore. I can tell you that much. I've thought quite often about moving to like somewhere in Arizona or maybe Colorado or just getting out of here because even Los Angeles is starting to kind of make me unhappy because I just don't like the way people are here. Like people are so impersonal. It's like they don't give a shit about anyone else, and that doesn't sit right with me. I see it every day, like especially on the road. Like the way people drive here, it's like they're self-centered as fuck. They don't give a crap about anyone else with the way they drive, the way they tailgate, weave in and out of traffic and speed, and it's just ridiculous. So yeah, I've been doing a lot of thinking as of late, and the important thing is I always come back to how much power I have in my own life for where I am. Like, I don't like where I'm at right now, but there are so many things I can do to get myself out of here, to change my environment if need be, to change my job, which I'm working on that, and things like that. So just never get so stuck on focusing on your suffering that you forget that you can make decisions. There are things you can do to get you to somewhere else in life. So always be thinking in terms of those, I wouldn't really call them opportunities per se in this scenario, but they're more just different paths you can take. And you need to be aware that they exist. They're there. Even if you're really down and depressed and hurting, those options are still there. You just may be a bit blinded to them, which is why I wanted to make this video, to remind you they're there. Pay attention to them. And if you see a good path that would probably work well for you, something that you think will make you happier, have the courage to take it. Even if it means quitting your job or doing something drastic like that that scares you because you think, well, how am I going to support myself now? Well, you can always make more money, but if you allow your mental health to get to a really bad place, sometimes that can be very difficult to come back from. So try to keep that in mind as well. But anyway, before this video gets too long, I'll end it here. I hope this video helped you, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Arrivederci!